So I welcome you all to this presentation on introduction to web design, fundamentals, and then the concept of web design. So this presentation will be very short and precise presentation. Okay, so let's move on to the presentation. So the first thing first is, what is a website, right? I need you to understand this, right? A website is a group of web pages, all right? Index, home, about us, contact us. All right, that is what it concludes. All right, for somebody who don't already know what a website is, this is okay. All right, but for somebody that don't already know what a website is, all right, this definition is a bit uh, difficult, but we are going to dive right into what a website is right now. All right, so a website is a group of web pages, right? So pages like home page, index, about us, or contact us page. Normally what you get when you get into a website, so these are what you come across in a website. So a website is a group of web pages, right? So a website again is works with the following things. It is assigned with a domain name like www.yourwebsitename.com or any name of your choice. All right. So a website is a group of web pages and it's also assigned with web pages. It is also need to be hosted on an internet server, and examples of internet servers are Bluehost, GoDaddy, BigRock, HostGator, Namecheap. All right. So reason B, it needs to be available 24/7, and without this host server or domain name, it will not be available 24/7. And then another thing is, uh, all these web pages are interlinked with each other through menus and hyperlinks. That is the navigation of these web pages, and that is basically called side menu. All right, so as you can see on this image right here, this is the home page, this is about us page, product, FAQs, contact us, additional information, and product one, product two, product three. So we have auto form, so order form, and all these are individual pages are in their interlinked into uh, one page, and all this is called a sitemap. It tells us everything that the website is all about. A combination of all the pages forms a sitemap. So with these web pages, we can put images, videos, text, buttons, banners, forms, and functions. All right. So this is a website in a nutshell. All right. Hope you understand it. So how to build a web page? A web page is primarily a document written in HTML. All right. So excluding a point of WordPress that we need a tool that we drag and drop, excluding that. So ultimately, even WordPress is a tool, is also building the web pages in the same method, and that is what we're going to see in this course. All right, so a web page is primarily a document that is written in HTML. So what is a HTML? HTML is an hypertext markup language. It is just like a universal language recommended to be on all web browsers like Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Firefox. It reads HTML codes. All right, it's just a text file written in HTML code, which is interpreted by web browsers like Internet Explorer or Google Chrome. All right, the look and feel of your web page have to be uniform across all pages. Right, this is a very important page. Like when there is a menu bar on a web page, or when there is a contact us on the bottom, or when there are text and color schemes. All right, these are to be consistent and uniform across all pages. And then to achieve that, that is a system called CSS, which is Cascading Style Sheet system. All right, the CSS is a common file which is install all files. All right, so it is called the system which is written in files called CSS, and then it is written in CSS, which is cascading style sheet. Okay, so this determines where context text will be placed, what will be there, what will be there in containers and the rest. So we can just wait. So we are just aware of using the Word document. So in Word, normally we have systems where there are headings, paragraphs, heading 1, 2, 3, and then there are alignments in the center, at the top, at the middle, and then such formatting is what we call cascading. All right, and that is what we call CSS. So this is common for all bases, and it is common for all websites, so that when people are entering into your website, they will not have windows on one page and then contact us on another page. So they will be very confused in seeing what they really want to see. All right, so these are what is involved in building a web page, so as to drive the visitors in the direction where you want them to take action. So a website is like a piece of real estate where you can make anything under real estate. All right, where you can put an apartment, a shop, or a shopping complex, or a school under this real estate. So when you start building, you would like to keep a map of that particular real estate, so that when your visitors come, you will be able to use this map to guide them to where the particular real estate or the location of this real estate is positioned, so that you don't, when you don't know where the location of your real estate or your pages are, your visitors will be uh, confused. So now the HTML content links the CSS. All right, so that is it. Another thing is another important thing is inside this website is the JavaScript. So this is a dark.js file. All right, so it is what so this is what contains like a video player. It contains dynamic things happening on the web page. So these are done through the JavaScript. So what a static website where you don't have anything moving, that your website is just static, or like a Word document, nothing moves. The difference between a Word and a normal website, a website has clickable actions, banners, moving, sliders, and the rest. So such things happen only through JavaScript. So the fundamental is HTML is the basics of website creation. CSS is the map, and then JavaScript is the interface. All right. So when you are building a website through all these things, these are the three cornerstones that will make a website. So even though a website is done through this tool, so what WordPress does through this thing is to create a Cora flank of this program. All right, so and then it saves this information inside the website itself, so that when this website opens, the system reads the website and then does what it's supposed to do. So the HTML file includes a link to CSS and JavaScript file. So this is a small video that we launched. We're going to explain along how a website really works. All right, so the website that we are going to look at is digitalproducts.com. So when we open this digitalproduct.com, which is a company website, this is very currently on WordPress, so we did not write any code on this website. So this website was developed completely using a WordPress program. All right, but however, once we publish this website using WordPress, you can consider WordPress like a Microsoft Word. All right, so when you depend on Word documents, so now we need to have, let's go back, let's pass it here. So when we are creating a Word document, like creating a Word document, we create pages inside WordPress. So even though we do that, when we publish pages, the page we save as HTML file, right? So to know how all these things happen, so what we can do is the correct action. So to on any website when you go is just to go to Internet Explorer and then right click. All right, you find a view page source. On that, right click and then click on it. You will open this page where it will show the type of document. So right here you will see, even though the website is built on WordPress, so the WordPress saved this website as HTML file. So it is doctored HTML file. So instead of rewriting the code, the WordPress is writing the code for us. All right, so if we continue, the codes are available here. The WordPress codes are available here. So it's also showing us the style here. So it's also showing us the cascading file. So this is the zoomed eye. So it shows what kind of border, what is the alignment, what is the color, all such informations, right? Let's move on. So this CSS is saved in the HTML. All right, so it is saved as a separate CSS file. 1 minute, please. So let's continue. So what this does is, by default, we were adding something that we need to change. All right, so when this HTML is opened by the browser, so it will show the site the way it was coded. All right, so the next thing is the JavaScript. All right, so this is a script that was written inside this website. So for some functions, we can write directly, we can write within this HTML. All right, so I'm just trying to show you how these codes are, positioned and arranged. I know that probably you don't even need to know all these things. You just want to dive right into building a website immediately. Well, I feel I should do this video so that you know better how a website, even if you are using a page builder, I feel you should know how your website is positioned on the web and how and what it takes to build your website. All right, so we're going to be using WordPress for this particular training, right? So now don't get scared when you see all these things. All right, so because we did not write any single line of code when we developed this particular website. All right, because this website is running with everything, like a video in the background, like a button, and everything was there, but nothing of which was written in any code. All right, it was completely done by WordPress, and WordPress has done the coding for you, so you don't need to do any code. So we would create a website in this training with website without writing a single word of code. All right, WordPress has done all those things for us. All right, so let's move on to parts of a web page. All right, so right now we should know some terminologies, and then so This is a layout of a website, and this is how a website should be. This is the standard practice of a website. The logo is here, right? So on top, this is like announcement bar where you can put some news or something, and then this top bar is for search. All right, this is for search. So whenever anybody visits our website, somebody can go to top bar for search. All right, so this is the area where you have the menus of the pages. All right, this connected with the page, connected with the information about the product or the company. So it contains both online and offline businesses and the rest. So this side here is the sidebars, so where we can put additional content. All right, we can put some bar ads, some banner ads, and advertisement, Google ads, and the rest. All right, so and then the bottom is called the, so we can put the company information right here. We called it a footer. All right, so this is the skeleton of a business. All right, so the part of a web page contains the header, which is this side. This right here is the header, and then the body, which is the central portion, is the body. All right, whatever you put in here is the main content of the website. So this side is a sidebar, right sidebar, and then the left sidebar. All right, so that in the product you might not have sidebar, but right here we have sidebar. Right, so if you have like a blog page, you want the right sidebar where you put your Facebook page, your WhatsApp page, plugins related to Facebook. You put YouTube plugins related to YouTube. You put ads, pop-up ads, and the rest on this sidebars. All right, so if anything finds interesting on this sidebar, they can click on this sidebar. All right, so in addition of this header here, you put here to guide them for advertisements, for just for direction and the rest. That is the use of sidebar. Then the last is the footer, which contains company's address, terms and conditions, company's phone number, copyright, and then privacy policy, and the rest of them. So right now, I think we know basically how a website is structured, right? We know how a website is structured, and then we know that for you to build a website, it's either you learn coding or you don't. If you don't know coding, to have a website is actually easy. All right, so you can go with page builders like WordPress. You can go with ClickFunnels, GrooveFunnels. You can go with MailChimp. You can go with GetResponse. There are hundreds of page builders that you can use to build a website without writing a code of a line of code, without coding at all. And then if you need access to this code, you can just go to the source page and then copy your code. They have automatically been written for you right from when you started typing your website, or when you started creating your website. So that is that about website. Personally, I think we'll hold this training, I think 3 or 4 times a week. All right, and at the end of the week, we are going to create 3 websites, one blog website. We are going to create one e-commerce website, and then one real estate website. So that is that about this training. I will see you guys in the next class. Thank you. God bless you.